Hello there everyone, it's I Mark Lee and welcome back to Captain of Industry, where I am staring at my power plant and a little bit confused. The throughput should be enough for everything to be running properly, but my power keeps dipping down below what this entire system is rated at. See, throughput is bouncing between well, sometimes it's running, sometimes it's not. If you notice that, like, this one is not doing anything, so it's waiting. Then it's not, then it is, then it's not, and it's like, I keep getting these little brownouts happening. I don't know why. I'm wondering if there's not enough spare capacity in the pipes or something like that. Or is it because they're auto-balancing? Hey, look at that, suddenly we've got a throughput doing its own thing, and then it's just like, I don't even know. Anyway, let's stop pondering that, because we do actually have some other issues going on. Pause. First off, we got a large supply of waste. I actually tacked a new supply storage onto the side of the waste output, so we can stash a whole bunch of wastes. I'll tell that to keep yourself empty when it can, honestly, because, you know, we don't want to be keeping that thing full. And I'll tell it to do that at the same priority as this, though that will only empty when it's got stuff to put it into. So there is that. The other alert is coal is low. The trucks are doing their best, bless them, but this area is getting more and more depleted. So let's go ahead and clear some of this stuff out. There is a little bit more coal at the back here, so I'm going to put down an anchor point, drop it down a layer, because apparently this is like 2 layers thick, and then diggy hole there. That should give me most of what's available in this area. Now, of course, any time spent with the trucks actually working on stone rather than on the actual face itself is also an issue, so yeah. Oops. But that is just one of the problems facing me at the moment. So I'll just go ahead and I'll just do those 2. And that's my new coal tag bit. So this thing's kind of tapping out. We need to be trying to get this bit going as well. Now, I've also realised I'm very low on saplings. That seems to be why my trees are struggling a bit. So I've cranked both of my forest controls up to maximum. But this place is doing its best to produce tree saplings, but it's just not doing enough. One farm is not enough for the amount we're going through. And no, I wasn't shortcutting both of them. I was only like kind of shortcutting this one by 2 notches. So every 6 years. So 60%. But we're still not got enough, so we need farming for trees. We need farming for food as well. My people are staffing just a little bit. Staffing. Why did I say staffing? Starving a little bit. Or sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. This one's full of potatoes now. There's no corn. We're at 21 months supply, but that is actually because of the upgraded captain's office kicked in with food savers 1 and 2. Oh, 2 isn't active, only food saver 1. Anyway, food saving, yeah. Also because our population dropped due to the food starving people. So there was that happened last time. Though that actually does play into the comments as well. And I think, yeah, that's unfarmable terrain there, isn't it? Some ground's not farmable, yeah. So I'm going to have to actually dig into that and adjust it a bit. Yeah, just get rid of the bit of terrain that's not farmable. That should about do it, kind of. They also want to get up here as well. And now fill that in with dirt. Are you going? Yes, you're going. Good. Okay, good. Right, you do that. Anyway, there was a comment last time, which was from Happy Hero. Suddenly dropping food to that degree seems off. Was there maybe a small balance update while you didn't play? Something like population food consumption is now 10% higher, or reworked food storage system? Unfortunately, that all empty storages, something like that. Honestly, no. From what I recall, my food levels were bouncing up and back and forth a little bit. Oh, I need to deal with this as well. They were bouncing back and forth a little bit. Wow, Focus, I am Mark V. Focus, you can do this. You have the power to focus. No. Anyway, food was bouncing back and forth like that for a while. I remember that quite clearly. So it's not something new. But my speculation last time that it was like a bit of unfortunate timing is probably accurate, because even during that episode and then right after it, the food level bounced back up to where it had been kind of hanging around previously. So that in itself makes me think that we are just kind of on the razor's edge as far as food production is concerned. That should be that's can't be solved. That should be sorted. This should be solved in a moment. Yes, go my minions. Yes, but really, I do need to get more farmland down. I've not expanded my food production in quite some time, and that is starting to come back to bite me a little bit, I think. Problem is, I don't really have any good food spots really prepared. I'm preparing this for industrial so I can like move industry around a bit and potentially get this area here. This area here was originally built with several farms intended, but it's going to be narrower. So there was the comment suggesting like refill it using material from like up here by flattening the mountain. I think I'd rather do that in a separate game though, rather than this one, because this one is like, this is the test game learning game. So I don't really want to go down that route right now, because it would be a massive switch of gears, honestly. At least I think that's how I'm kind of perceiving it. That area needs to be dug down as well, it seems. Also, this area does have some coal in it as well. Let's go ahead and instruct them to dig out this area too. But we are right at the back end of this thing now, for the most part. I kind of want to do what... I'm tempted to do what I was doing with this one, and just like dig it and then do what I want. Like this one is staying low. This one is going to be put the stuff into it. I guess maybe I will try to refill this one though, just because it's like so central and it's got so much stuff going on. Oh no, there's more rock over there. At least these guys are doing the job and getting things sorted, but they could do with some more trucks, so let's give them 10. That's it though. It's time to do the farming, so time to do some farming. Where do I feel like I want to realign these pipes so they don't have that massive kink in them that was installed at one point. Let's do that. Let's get the pipes realigned slightly. You. Help out pressing the right key, wouldn't it? Let's get you as far as here. Oh, you can't quite go there. There we go. It wouldn't let me do it as one piece, but it let me do it as two pieces. Quick. Once again, quick use is so useful. And then I will get rid of... Keep pressing X. And then just scrap out the pipe that's in the way. There we go. Because last thing I want is to interrupt everything. You know? This is a vital connection, so it should not be interrupted. Though at the same time, it's not going to be connected either, seeing as this is actually like an essential pipeline. Come on. Without it, my farms will stop over there, but it's also kind of close to capacity, so I don't want to be tapping it for this particular line either. And with that in mind, I'm going to be using this area to just kind of build up my farms a little bit. Come on. Under there. Good. And then under here. Good. Into that one there. Good. You're all good. You're all good. So I'm going to be building farms here. And then I think there's the spare capacity in the food processing, so I will actually quick link that into there at the very least. Oops. I keep misclicking the things. Another sign that I might have been away from this game a bit too long. There we go. But yeah, this area though it'll take some farms. It's not exactly ideal, and there's also the fact that copper mine over here is still in progress as well. So this is not the best spot, but it's one of the few spots where I can immediately try and put stuff together. Like that's in the way over there. This concrete plant's ironically in the way again. So that's going to be an issue. And I really should start trying to build out this area. It would be easier if I was digging the hills. So tempting. But at the same time I kind of want to try and preserve the land shape a little bit. Is that bad of me? Is that hypocritical of me? I don't know. But I feel like I might be setting myself a couple of goals when I shouldn't be doing. Oh, that's apparently something that I forgot to sort out. I did move the rubber maker, actually, after last episode. I'll shuffle it over a little bit here, next to the burn off of sulfur into slag. But apparently I paused them and they never actually got fired up, so I actually ran out of rubber. Good thing I caught it when I did. Because rubber was actually causing a maintenance issue, since maintenance 1 requires electronics, which of course needs rubber, so, you know, I couldn't have it not being produced. But right now it's being developed there. Naphtha's being delivered. Nice big chunks of naphtha. Sulfur gets delivered manually. But it's the same deal with this one though. These are higher priority than this because this is of course the burn off line for it. And I'm pondering if maybe I should add another storage in here just to, since it's a little bit more permanent. Might be worth doing. Because it does output rubber here for anyone to grab for places that need it. How are you guys doing? Are you guys okay? This is 2 producers versus the 3 I had before as well, so there is that. It seems to be going okay, a bit of steady pace, but yeah, again, another temporary thing there. I went from having no coal to having 3,000 coal, but my power situation is once again fluctuating. Are you guys finally working now? Yes, you are. Okay, good. You are starting to make electronics, which means I can get this tier 1 maintenance going because that's run out. Everything's going to be breaking real soon. I feel like I want more of these. I want more backlog in terms of maintenance storage. The thing is, I can't put in a more powerful maintenance depot because that makes the higher tiers. So low tier has to come from these level 1 maintenance depots. That said, our maintenance storage is kind of high. And I think that's kind of tied to global as well. I've also just realised we have another issue starting to come up. This was full of broken glass. As a result, my recycling plant had actually ground to a halt. If you notice there. So since that ground to a halt, it wasn't actually recycling the rest of it, so my recycling storage was actually starting to back up as well. And that's not quite so good. Look at that. Full outputs of iron scrap, full intake of recyclables. Should I be working on recyclable pressed instead just to increase the storage volume? I guess I should actually, shouldn't I? That's me, I'm not done. Recyclables pressed. Fresh recyclables. 72 into 24. Okay. And what storage does that actually take? Is it a unit storage? That's scrap pressed, waste pressed. Yeah, I think it might be in this. Yeah, there it is, recyclable pressed. It's finding things in these box menus. I keep having trouble with it. So maybe a pressing machine to condense the things coming out would be a good idea. There's a little bit of space actually at the back there. Is that big enough? Maybe? I think it's going to be under general machines, isn't it? Oh no, I'm not sure where it is. Hang on. I'll find it. I'll find it. I suppose in the grand scheme of things, 4 farms might not seem like much. But that is about a 45%-ish increase in the amount of food production I'm doing. Worth noting though is I'm actually building irrigated farms. I'm also building a retaining wall here because I've checked the depth of this deposit and I think I can mine that safety with a retaining wall there. So that's marking where I can put the farms. Also, Farm 4 does require this one to have dumping space done by way of soil, which I'm currently collecting a whole bunch of extra soil over here. But, you know, let's actually go ahead and tell you to empty. And I will also temporarily tell you, no, not you, you cannot dump dirt, so the dirt dump will go straight into the area where I want it to be. Yeah, I've not done greenhouse though, because I'm realizing I think I have a shortage of fertilizer going on as well, and that is down, I think it's almost entirely down to a lack of ammonia, actually. I can't make fertilizer 1, then fertilizer 2 is limestone and sulfur. I've got both of those. I just don't have the ammonia. So I've been looking. Ammonia is, if I want to synthesize it, hydrogen plus nitrogen. Nitrogen is available just from an air separator can make that, but the hydrogen, I think I'll have to get through electrolysis. And I mean by electrolyzing water rather than ammonia, as it's showing that right there. Hydrogen. This, however, is also going to be kind of expensive power-wise. Not the best when I'm looking at a bit of a problem in terms of power. Yeah, electrolyzing there. 12 out of 6. It really might be better just to trade for it. But there's a little bit of space over here. I could potentially work a nitrogen plant into that. But then we have a further issue, which is how am I going to power this? Especially if my power plants are struggling a bit. Oh, speaking of, I've actually put up a couple of solar farms as well. I realised I had enough sales for one of them. So that's in. That is producing, right now it's rainy, so it's only producing 64 kilowatts. While these guys go in megawatts. So these guys don't produce that much. 128 kilowatts. Yeah, I think it's like 1,000 to a megawatt. Not great. Not great. Maybe solar is not the answer for my power needs. You know what? Let's do the responsible thing and get ye old. Yeah, ye old uranium mine fixed up. I mean, our ship's been sitting idle for a while. It's been waiting on some upgrades and things. That's something else I need to do, actually. I don't have research optimized yet. Though that said, produces 4, requires 4. I think the way is to make every level of research, it is, yeah, double the previous level is required. So it's like a doubling up chain as you go along. And if I have a look, the last research gate I believe is 5. You should have 5, 12 into 6. Yes, it is indeed 12 into 6. So, where am I going to put my research? Do I want to stash my research somewhere remote and out of the way? Kinda. I'm thinking like up here. Sure, I am digging around in here for the sand pit, but I'm going to switch over to start digging sand out of this area, I think. And I'm not going to dig this down too far. I am actually going to stop after a bit as well, because remember, I'm turning this into like a paved area, making maintenance as a specialty. So that means I'm not going to be touching this stuff over here. There's, of course, the copper up there as well, but there's still this area here, kinda. Depends on how far the barriers have to go to dig out all the coal here. Or if I'm going to dig out all the coal here. This gets complex, trying to balance all that. I don't have a plan. Actually, I know this corner here is fairly permanent. There's nothing underneath it. So, let's actually go ahead and say that I want all these trees cut down along here. And then that'll free up this space here, and I think I'll turn this into my research area, just top the cliff up this way. Sure, it'll work, I think. It'll do the job. Maybe. Kinda. Possibly. Sorta. It's gonna go horribly wrong, isn't it? Probably. Though I also need another connection point here, because one is not going to cut it, as far as getting bigger vehicles through is concerned. Since I'm going to be connecting the food delivery line down this way as well. So let's scrap you actually and replace you with a bigger one. Delete. Quick. I use quick so much. I think I abuse quick so much, actually. Double ramp be good enough? I think so. Oh, that's unfortunate. The double ramp is actually wider than the original ramp is as well. So is that one. Oh, no. Oh, I see. For some reason, that one didn't actually have a stabilizing point before, but now it does. That's what's causing the issue. Okay, one double ramp, which will leave enough room for vehicles to get around behind it. Kinda? No, it won't. I'm going to have to go ahead and install it like that, I suppose. Just to make sure, because that gap was getting a bit too narrow for comfort. Okay, right. On the other hand, that area has been sorted. Okay, you can go back to stashing dirt, because we're maintaining a really big stockpile of dirt over there. And that leaves another one of you to go in there. Okay, just need to plumb it all in and stuff. That's looking a bit more useful. Well, as soon as the trucks actually get everything sorted out, at the very least. Okay, so the priority things I've worked out from here is I want to get corn and wheat in particular. Because wheat goes into bread, the bread is not keeping up. And corn, well, that's flat out not keeping up at all, so, you know, sort that one. Potatoes, I've actually got a decent supply of. Animal food as well. Though, of course, I do have the this mixer standing by for any excess coming through the system. Actually, soybeans would be a really good idea. Let's convert... How are we for veg? Iffy. Let's convert a little bit into soybean then. Let's convert your potato into soybean. And your veg into soybean. Okay, there we go. You are complaining due to a lack of water. To be expected. Though we're also having a bit of a maintenance issue that's still catching back up. And you are functioning good. Okay, that's firing. Thanks for that firing. I know. I missed the pipe. Transport. Pipes. It's always one thing, isn't it? It's always one thing. That'll do it. Though of course I will quick deliver this stuff just because I can and because I do love that feature. As much as I think it's too good sometimes. For essential stuff it is very, very handy. Because there we go, you are working. You have a... Oops, you don't actually have a steam output. My bad. There we go. Fixed. Sort of. But now you need fuel gas, which will be brought in as required. Though actually it might want to keep that... I think a local storage would probably be a really good idea, just so it doesn't have on-demand shipments doing its thing. Don't want to store too much nearby. Like, just for food storage, one would be way more than I probably need. Just have to stash it against the side of the road there. Okay. You will want to store a little bit of fuel gas. Oops. What's with all these misclicks? Yeah, a little bit of fuel gas on urgent priority because it's a water system feeding into the food system. So I don't want this thing to run out. And that should do the trick, I guess. Okay, that'll do. Right. Anyway, that's getting laid out. The last part for this entire puzzle is going to be the connections for the food produced, which you can see is starting to go in there. I might have to upgrade the lines a little bit further on, so there is that. Are you ready to go? Oh, I didn't actually start loading the parts. Whoops. Oh, getting slightly distracted is slightly distracting. Go figure. So that we do have our first bits coming out. We have one of those soybeans. I think some soybeans, yeah, being produced. I also, of course, you can see here I rigged in a couple extra bridges for access. So this line goes under the bridges, access here to get into the copper smelting area, access here to get on through towards the sand mine, things like that. So that's all good. You are... Oh wait, you are the limestone quarry. I don't need this much limestone space though, I don't think, so let's just flatten this area here and say that'll do. That'll do. Yeah. Complete. Okay, that's one. Oh, the iron mine. That depletes fairly steadily. Though something I should also probably mention is you can see here, I've actually started to dig out around the edges, getting ready for it to properly wall in and extract material from, well, the next layer down, if it goes there. I mean, there is a bit of space there where it goes, but not quite there yet. But getting this thing properly walled in now is starting to become a factor. So let's go ahead and tell it to flatten these edges down. That'll give us some more material anyway. As well as leaving enough space for the trucks to get past. Notice the previous ramp there to the bottom is still present, but has also kind of been left out of it too. More interestingly, this little nook here, which gives it a very odd kind of shape, which I do like, by the way. That's part of the reason why I want to try and preserve the island instead of turning it into a big flat factory. Because it gets these odd little shapes in the walls and things as it goes. Sure, big factory complex is much more efficient, but sometimes I don't want to do that. And that's part of what is going on here. As I tell it to dig out the rest of the sides. No progress on the research today, sadly, though that would be my plan for next time, I think. Dig along there? Yeah, that'll do it. Plenty of room for you to dig. Okay. Also, liquid dumps have... really... I keep forgetting those things aren't automatic. Also, they're not meant to be dumping wastewater, they're meant to be dumping brine. There it goes. Last thing that's worth noting is, of course, I have actually included another 2 desalinators in the plan, so this thing can actually run 4 of these guys, but only 2 of them are required for the currently set farm crops, I believe. Yep, 34.6, 34.5. That's all good. What's up with you? You are wanting to deliver soy, but you can't. Oh, wait, are you? Why are you set to on? You're off. Yeah, trucks shouldn't be trying to do that delivery route. Not at all. I will, however, also... Oh, never mind. Apparently it's now complete. And here comes some more food. I am going to have to watch this thing just to make sure it doesn't get backed up at all. There goes another brownout. Though actually we hit 40 megawatts. It still claims it should be doing 60, but it's not consistently doing it. I don't know why. I don't know why you're having problems. It's a mystery to me. But because you keep having problems, which you shouldn't be doing, just to be clear, but because you are, I'm going to authorize the creation of the next set of linkages for you. We do have 2 pipes out of 4 going back, so that's okay. That's all connected. That's all connecting. That also means activating another bank of piping and things as well, so I'll go ahead and activate all that. And of course another pair of cooling towers to deal with the conversion of steam back to water. Just make sure everything is working. Okay, that should be good. Right. Oh yeah, and that random rock just sitting back there. Anyway, all that on pause. Yeah, it's a bit more of a building project, but since I don't quite trust the power grid, and I don't know why these guys are bouncing back and forth, I'm guessing... yeah. This is workers, battery maintenance consumption, and unity consumption, low number, high priority. But it's like these things stop because of auto-balancing. And then the entire system stalls out because its shaft level keeps just stopping and starting. So maybe it is the auto balancing that's causing the issue. The thing is, I don't require that power level steadily, you know. And since I don't require it steadily, it keeps causing issues. That might be it. But this is meant to step in after these ones which have to run because they are converting like vital things like waste recycling and stuff like that. So, you know, it's kind of like where you wanted to go. Oh, you got more soybeans. Wait a second. Is the factory set for that as well? The factory should be set off for delivery. Yeah, that should do it. And why are you... Oh. I see why. Because part of the thing collapsed, so the diggers got stuck behind a little lip of land. So that's the thing. So I'm going to pull the diggers out, and that should fix it. Anyway, enough about that. That's all the time I got for recording this one. But we have made some progress. I think we're onto something regarding fixing food. Look at that, 19 months still. We do have the extra food production starting to roll in, though we might have to upgrade our connection line if I see any backlog starting to build up in it. Slightly concerned about potato, but oh, there is actually also these meat entrails which we need to do something with. Meat trimmings, sorry. More fuel gas? Or into food? I'm thinking try to make sausages. We've got salt. We've got more wheat being made over here as well as a priority crop. So all of these four are all making wheat as part of their cycles. So yeah, I think I'll do that, converting into sausages, getting another food going. Though that will have to wait until some other time though. Yeah. Yeah, that'll have to wait. I don't know which container sausages have to go into. It's not one of the silos, is it? I have no idea actually. But I don't see it in my list. Anyway, yeah, we have to end it there. So, this has been MR3. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. A little rambly, still trying to get a proper feel for how things are. But new crop field, plans for research and ammonia production, and also for making sausages. Because that we are getting a bit full on meat trimmings at the moment, though this maxed out chicken farm doesn't seem to be struggling at all. So there is that. But yeah, anyway. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, gives me those virtual hairpats I oh so crave. And I'll catch you all some other time. But yeah, just real steady flow of material coming through. Slight backlog going on as this one merges in. So yeah, we might need to upgrade some of these. Yeah. Anyway, see you all later.